friends, it's your girl Becca Sarah. I hope you're doing amazing. I'm doing fine. Today I'm doing a review on the movie Elio. It's a good movie. It's fine. And I'm saying it's fine because if I'm not really into space or aliens or anything like that, but if you are into aliens and space like that, you would enjoy this movie. My big issues with this movie is just Elio as a character. I do feel bad for him because he lost his parents, but at the same time, when he moves in with his aunt Olga, he's not the greatest to her when they both lost someone. He lost his parents. She lost her brother, aka Elio's dad. And I really didn't like when Elio was like, we're not family, when Aunt Olga was like, we're family, I'm always going to be there for you. And he was like, no, we're not. Yes, you are. Like, don't do that to her. She's trying her best. You both are going through stuff right now. I get that your parents spoke your made-up language Elio, and she hasn't yet, and she does finally at the end of the movie. But it's not okay for you to do that to her. Also, Elio, he doesn't try to make any friends. He's a loner. He doesn't even try to. So I cannot be like, oh, he's being bullied and that's why he's by himself. No, he doesn't try to make any friends at all to connect with other people. He's just, his whole purpose is space, which is kind of purpose because his aunt was for the space program and aliens, and he wants to get abducted by aliens. He wants to meet aliens, and he wants them to take him away for him to live in space. That's all he wants. So he makes a space club to find aliens to get abducted. Like I said, he makes a space alien group, and a boy named Bryce comes. He brings his radio in, and one of his friends, Caleb, for me Caleb is more of a bully, comes along. But before Caleb comes, Bryce is like, oh, cool, we're gonna, and was like, how far have you communicated? And he's like, Ohio. And he's like, oh, and then Elio was like, Ohio. And he's like, okay, thank you, you can go. He's like, oh, so when's our next meeting? And he's like, and where's all the rest of you? Oh, they had amnesia, meaning he didn't want a group. He just wanted to take people's technology to try to contact aliens, because one of the one of the people that Olga is in charge of because she looks for like satellites going around. They were like, he was also into aliens. He's like, oh, I have this technology that will help us communicate with them. And they're like, no, you're crazy. There's no such thing as aliens. So Elio heard that because he was sneaking around when he was not supposed to. And he basically, like, it was ready to record. He does the recording, being like, hi, I'm Elio, and I love you guys. I want to be taken by you guys. And so Elio, with Bryce's radio, talks, like, after Elio does the message, he breaks everything. He's sent. Then he's in the ocean trying to get abducted by aliens, and Caleb comes and he was like, oh, what's this? Trying to mess with it, you know. And then a brace, and Elio gets really mad and hits Caleb, and they get into a fight, and then all three of them, Elio, Bryce, and Caleb, get sent to like a military camp. But Elio only stays a day because Bryce wants. Not Bryce. Caleb wants revenge and to scare Elio, and then they bring him somewhere for Caleb to punch him. So, and then the aliens come and take Elio, and he's so happy. He's like, yes, no one cares about me when people do care about him. And he has his little adventure into space with the aliens. So there is a captain there named Lord, I'm gonna say his name wrong, Lord Girion. Give me 1 second. I'm going to make sure I say his name correctly. Let me see, Lord Grygon, that's his name, Grygon. And he's trying to be part of the commentary, the whole society of the aliens, and they won't let him because he's a little bit rough around the edges, mean different. So because of that, he is like, oh, you won't let me in? So I'll force my way in and fight. So they go tell Elio, who was wanting to be part of them, and they're like, okay, we're not accepting new members, we have to get ready and hide because he wants to fight us. And then Elio's like, no, I'll help and try to make a bargain with him to let him be nice. So Elio uses one of the technologies that the aliens have to make a bargaining chip. And when he finally goes to Lord Grygon, he starts off well until he mentions it when Lord Grygon talks about his son Gordon, and he was like, kid, and then Elio's like, kids can be kids, let them be. And he's like, what do you mean let them be? Like, what do you mean I'm a bad father? And then it turns south, and now Lord Grygon is like, no, I'm gonna go back and attack them. And they're like, okay. And they're like, oh, it didn't work. He becomes prisoner, and then Elio escapes and meets his son, Lord Gillian's son, Gordon, and they become friends in this movie, and that's his first friend of the whole entire movie, this alien. And at some point, when before this all happened, they made, because again, Elio lied and said, I'm the leader of Earth, and they made another Elio and sent him to Earth, and that Elio has made friends with Bryce and acquaintances kind of with Caleb, but talks to his aunt Olga and have a conversation and everything like that. Well, we get to a point where again, Aunt Olga realizes, oh, this is not my nephew, this is not Elio, and is trying to, and figures out that this is not Elio, this is a clone of Elio. This is an alien, and tries to get him back. And so we're going back to Elio and Gordon, and he's like, I don't want to go into the machine to be mean and powerful. I like playing, I like the freedom, I like being vulnerable. So his dad they make a bargaining chip. Lord Gillian and Elio, well, they'll give him back his son Gordon, and for exchange, I'm sorry for messing up their names. In exchange of the son, and they're like, fine, I won't attack, just give me back this son. They make a clone of him, and then again, your loved ones know it's not you. So he ends up, this is not my son, this is a clone. I'm going my actual son. His son, they hide Gordon, and he ends up coming to Earth, and it's freezing and almost dies because of Earth's temperatures. They throw Elio back to Earth, and he's like, no, I don't want to go back. I have nothing there. And he sees his aunt misses him, hugs him, and they have a mission for, I would say the what is that sector that thinks of aliens and Area 58. There you go. Thank you. Area 58, or those people that protect that area that that are all about aliens and stuff like that. They literally are hunting down Gordon and seeing what he is. They all go together. They find Gordon. They bring him back up. Gordon that's with his dad. His dad gets out the protector shell and is in his softer mode, and Gordon's to his dad I don't want to be in that. He's like, yeah, I figured that. I sensed it as your dad. I'm not as soft as you are, but I understand that, and he accepts Gordon. And the aliens of the society are like, you can stay here. And he's like, yeah. And then he sees his aunt's face. Elio sees his aunt's face and saying, no, I belong to Earth. Because there was a time that he wanted to see how his alien was doing, and everybody liked him better. And that's big. And he goes back to Earth, and he has at least one friend, Bryce. And he sees oh, Earth is not too bad. And the whole mention, the message of the movie that I got was, be yourself. You can make friends just by being yourself. Don't exclude yourself. Tell the truth. People will like you for who you are. If you're lost, anyone, get connected with your loved ones. And if you're in a new place, you'll find friends that will like you for who you are. Don't exclude yourself. I think Elio's problem was he was so stuck on getting away, and once his parents left, he was my own identity is just aliens, and being by himself and getting adopted by aliens that he didn't think oh, there might be people out there that think the same way as him and want, like aliens, and want to know more about aliens and want to deal with the same thing. So you're never alone. I believe it's the whole message of the movie, which you're not ever alone. And so for that, I give this movie a 3. I wouldn't watch it again. It took a long time, literally the end of the movie, for Elio to finally realize that people love him. His aunt loves him. He can make friends just by being himself. Being a loner isn't... Again, he chose to be a loner. he wasn't bullied until, like, he punched someone. So, like, you have what I got from this movie. It's your choices that bring you to how your life is. So if you decide to be like, if you're brought to a place that you could have friends, you could make friends, but you choose not to and be a loner, that is your choice. It's your life choices. So overall, it's an okay movie. Wouldn't watch it again. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.